You're not stuck because you don't know what to do. You're stuck because you're thinking about what other people might think. Welcome to the Doing What You Know Friday community video. These Fridays are about slowing things down just enough to reflect, reconnect, and reinforce what you're building. Not just in your business or goals, but in yourself. If you've had a strong week, great. If it's been messy, you're still exactly where you need to be. A lot of people believe their problem is discipline, or consistency, or motivation. But if you go one layer deeper, you'll often find something else. They're not afraid of the work. They're afraid of being seen doing the work. That's a different problem, and it's a much more powerful one. Fear of judgment rarely shows up clearly. It doesn't say, "I'm afraid of what people think." Instead, it shows up as hesitation before posting something, second guessing your ideas, rewriting the same thing over and over again, avoiding visibility, or waiting until you feel more ready. All of these behaviors feel reasonable, but they're often rooted in the same thing: concern about how others will respond. There was a time when I hesitated to put content out consistently, not because I didn't have something to say, but because I was thinking about who might see it. People I knew, people I respected, people who might judge it. So instead of moving forward, I held back. I adjusted. I delayed until I realized something important. The people who were growing weren't the ones waiting to be perfect. They were the ones willing to be visible. Fear of judgment creates a powerful internal conflict. You want to grow, but growth requires visibility, and visibility invites feedback. Not all of it's going to be positive. So your mind tries to protect you by keeping you small, by keeping you quiet, by keeping you in a place where you won't be criticized. But that same protection also prevents progress. You can see this even in sports. If you start worrying about how you look while playing, you tighten up, you hesitate, you stop trusting your instincts, your performance drops, not because you lost skill, but because you shifted your focus from playing to being watched. The same thing happens in business and personal growth. Here's the shift that changes everything. Stop focusing on how you're being perceived. Start focusing on what you're building. When your attention is on the work, fear fades. When your attention is on opinions, hesitation grows. You can't fully focus on both at the same time. Now, you don't eliminate fear of judgment overnight, but you can reduce its impact. Start small. Be visible anyway. Post something simple. Share something imperfect. Take action before you feel completely comfortable, because confidence doesn't come before action. It comes after repeated action. If you've been holding back because of what others might think, you're not alone. But that doesn't have to keep controlling your actions. Inside the Doing What You Know community, we focus on closing the gap between knowing and doing, even when fear is present. The link below is a team referral rotator for active members inside the community, and access to that rotator is one of the benefits of being active inside the group. You can join at doingwhatyouknow.com/team. Next week, we're going to talk about something that builds on this: identity. Because at the core of everything we've discussed is who you believe you are. If you're watching this and you're not actively inside the Doing What You Know community, understand this: progress doesn't come from knowing more. It comes from being in an environment that keeps pulling you forward when you normally drift back. That's what this community exists for. Join us at doingwhatyouknow.com/school. It's SKOOL. Get involved, stay visible, and keep doing what you know.